For 400 years, you had your knees on our necks. A garden of evil with no seeds of respect. In America's mirror, all she sees is regret. Instead of letting blood live, they begging for bloodlet. Revenge is a dish that's served on platelets. Transfusion of confusion, abusing our intellect. I can't be bought with a $1,200 check, even though $1,200 can make a meal stretch. Mama wasn't rich, but she earned my respect. She made a little bit of money for a lot of blood, tears, and sweat. Jumping up and down on police cars, I'm vexed. After Chauvin killed George Floyd, we got next. Molotov cocktails, anarchy on the set. The rich took the loot, so now we loot shit. Feeling like a caged tiger that's whipped to do tricks. That's why I started fires and yelled and threw bricks. They tried to run me over and arrest me and shit. Tase pepper spray and engage with the kid. They ran up in the state house with them AKs quick. But let a nigga try and do that white boy shit. Won't be no rubber bullets ricocheting off ribs. But the white supremacists go in the cop's face and spit. Try to barbecue? Becky calling cops on the kid. Hoping and praying it be some Emmett Till shit. Sandra wasn't bland, they hated Mike cause he brown. Trayvon should have had an Aston Martin riding around. Amadou Diallo, it's way too many to follow. Vato, how much of my pride I gotta swallow? God only knows how deep this plan goes. I was dealing with this shit as a teen in Kango. Harassed by cops, word to my ancestors' souls. And watching that man die slow left a hole. He cried to his mama as the murder unfolded. If it wasn't for them phones, Chauvin would be at home. Feeling justified cause of George skin tone. I'm telling it to those with melanin, you're not alone. The new Malcolm, Martin, and Marcus are now grown. America's a graveyard full of black men's bones. And I ain't got to tell you that Breonna Taylor got slayed in her own home. Had they lived, Sean could have rocked bells. Eric could have garnered attention. Beyond the t-shirts and obituary mentions. Oscar could have been counting grants. Tamir could have went to Rice. They owed them cops nothing, but all of them paid the price. So yeah, you right. We should protect our Second Amendment rights. Cause in a second, a dirty cop can kick the door in at night. A 2-4, 2 fin, a life for a life. We refuse to live in hell while you living in paradise. Being black in America is like rolling a paradise. But the stakes are way higher, you gambling with my life. Black Lives Matter.
Greetings, greetings, welcome. Thank you all for coming to another article reaction episode. I appreciate it. Welcome to the show. Hope you have a great time today. We don't try to keep you long on Fridays Saturdays, because we understand that you have things to do, whatever that may be. But I am glad that you are here. Thank you for your time, and I promise not to waste it. All right. So, what I have for you guys today, besides to greet you and hope that you're having a great weekend, we have some people still celebrating their birthday. They're not done yet. So, enjoy. I actually had some champagne myself Wednesday. I had a great old time. All right. So what I wanted to let you know is found out that Dunkin' Donuts, for their perk members, for the month of August, they are giving you a medium coffee with any food purchase. So you can get a 99-cent, if they're still 99 cents, because I think they went up to $1.09, hash brown or whatever, and get your coffee. So they're really trying to get people in there. For the last 2 months, they've just been giving you coffee free on Wednesday. You just walk in, scan your app, and walk out the door with your free coffee. So I know what they're trying to do. Plus, to me, they changed the recipe. So if you don't go early, ugh, no telling what you may get, what it will taste like. So just to let you guys know that. And if you have a Panera Bread in your city, they're continuing to allow you to get free coffee. Sign up for it through their app, Panera Bread, and you'll get free coffee until September 7th. Now, if you can convince a couple of friends, all you need is two. If you can get two friends to sign up as well, they'll give you a special link for that. You would actually earn free coffee past the September 7th date. I think it's until November, and I forgot the date, but it will be until November. Okay, and then I wanted to also let you know that um, McDonald's announced that they're going to close 200 of their restaurants, and business is not doing too well. So, hey, they have to do what they have to do. I understand. So, and I don't really eat there anyway. I used to eat their fries before I realized they didn't appear to be real potatoes to me, but it's all those preservatives. So I'm not missing nothing. That's been, shoot, 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years. But just to let you know what's going on with the economy, some places are closing up. And then also, I wanted everyone to know, tell a friend, because it may not apply to you, but in your city, if you're having issues paying your mortgage or rent, especially your rent, the Department of Housing has created some housing assistant grants, and it's called the COVID-19 Housing Assistant Grant. They have allocated some money for people, and if you're in about to be evicted, just behind on the rent, lost your job, losing your income, any of those things apply. They have the check mark. Just check the box, and there you go. So I would say if you need it, don't be shamed. Hey, you need it. Get you some help. It's nothing but your taxpayer dollars, because you've been paying in it, paying towards it. So do a check out your city. I know for Chicago, I think the standard number is 311, just to find out what's going on in Chicago, or you can just go log on and look under your city. If it's not something that you need, please pass that information to someone. I'm sure someone may need some help. It's not a lot of people that are working, have pensions or any of those things. Their unemployment benefits have, dropped. So please, just help yourself and help others. That's important. And I think that was all I wanted to address. I'll address some more stuff next week. But I see Miss Ruby has joined us. Welcome, young lady. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I can't give you
There
a
we
fan.
go. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Girl, I am good. I am just happy I made it. Everything was an issue. I accidentally dropped my earphones behind the couch. There was no one here to help me move the couch to get the earphone. Oh, it was a whole thing.
Oh,
But you see, by the grace of God, y'all, by the grace of God, I got me my earphones so I could come here, share some interesting articles with y'all today. I want to know what Char's bringing us. She told us it's good, and every time she says that, she never disappoints. So I'm looking forward to it.
well, my taste is good because I can't help it. It's good to me. You know, I'll
True,
just put it
true.
that way.
Very true. All
All
right.
right. So, who would like to go first? You want the
Okay.
birthday girl want to go first? Fine with me.
I will. You know what? I totally would, except because of this whole earphones incident, I still gotta open everything,
Oh,
get it
okay.
all set up. I'm on my laptop today, so that means I'll be able to share my own screens, y'all. Yay! So,
Oh, okay then.
right, I'm moving up. All right. So,
All right. All righty then. So I'll get started. Let's see what I'll start off with. Mine is a little lengthy. I'll start off with my lengthy one. I think I'll
Okay.
be rambling a little bit only because it tickles me, and sometimes I just want to ramble a little bit.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair. I trust me. Who are you talking to? This is Ruby. I love a good ramble. All right.
all right, let me share my screen here, and it's no audio. And let's find that tab. Let's see.
Right?
Hmm, which tab is it?
It's one of them for sure, right?
Right, because I have
That's the
about
important thing.
I have 7 tabs up, and let's see, which one do I want to share? Oh, here we go.
All right.
Tennessee, Tennessee.
Okay.
Alrighty, bam.
All right.
All right, Tennessee Senator Katrina Robinson charged with embezzling $600,000 in federal funds, facing 20 years in prison.
Ooh.
You know what? Sister Girl is going to do a lot of that time. I'm just going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, when it's white collar crime, other people, the dominant society, they don't do all that time.
True.
But we get it. We can't
Mm-hmm.
do what others do. It
Exactly.
it's not going to happen. So um, she's going to find that out soon enough. Let me scroll and read the article. All right. State Senator Katrina Robinson, 39, is being accused of stealing more than $600,000 in grants from the she founded, healthcare company rather, she founded, and she has been federally charged with theft and embezzlement involving government programs and wire fraud. U.S. Attorney General D. Michael Donovan announced the charge this past Wednesday, according to a press release. Robinson allegedly used the funds for a vehicle for her daughter, clothing, accessories, and hair and beauty products, expenses related to her wedding and honeymoon, and later legal fees for her divorce, payments on her personal debt, including credit card, store charge cards, student loans, and other personal loans, travel and entertainment for herself and family, improvements to her personal residence, expenses related to a body, what do you call that? Aesthetics business she owned, and a snow cone business operated by her children, and an event for her state senator's campaign. If convicted, Robinson faces a sentence up to 20 years in federal prison, 3 years supervised release, and a $250,000 fine. All right, $600,000. All right, that's quite a bit, but I'm going to tell you why she's going to get punished. Um, they're going to look for someone to pay for some crimes. And they're going to want crimes paid because of this particular guy. Let me share my screen because you got to see him. All right. Where is it? Share screen. Chrome. Okay, is this you? I got too many darn things open. Let's see. Be nice if I could just snap my fingers. Snap my
Mm-hmm.
fingers to myself.
Exactly.
This guy right here, Dr. Gautam Gupta. They still looking for him, but they're not gonna find dude. I'm gonna tell you that now. If you lived in Chicago, you know his commercials back in 2011. His commercials are on the radio and television. On television, they played daytime, like 11 to 3, I think it was. On the
Mm-hmm.
radio, they played constantly, like every 15 minutes.
Oh.
So he spent a lot of money advertising. He had a lot of clinics. I think he had 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Suburbs, downtown Chicago. Oh, he did it up. He wasn't playing for them 10 years. Now
And
let
and
me,
what did he do? Like what was he? So I don't
and that's
recognize him.
okay. That's what I'm gonna read. Let me find
Okay.
that. Let me see. Yeah, oh, Dr. Gautam Gupta. He got a lot of money, and the FBI is looking for him. All right. He was a Chicago area weight loss physician, well known for his frequent radio ads. After he was charged with defrauding insurance companies and potentially millions of dollars in fraudulent claims over the last decade,
Oh.
federal authorities believe Gupta has fled the country. He may be in India, according to the filing of the federal court in Springfield. Interpol has been alerted. The FBI also entered Gupta 57 as a wanted fugitive in a computer database accessible to law enforcement officers across the country. And let me tell you what old Gupta did.
Mm.
Gupta wasn't playing.
Mm.
He operated in Chicago, Naperville, Arlington Heights, Rockford, and South Beloit. So that's the city and suburbs. He collected nearly $25 million
Oh.
in insurance claims from June 2001 to January 2010.
Wow.
Now, that's only what they can count. I'm telling you, Gupta had it going on. He hit Blue Cross Blue Shield so hard, I think they still haven't recovered.
Wow.
They
Wow.
had, I mean, the claims that they were sending in for, they had, he was sending stuff for ultrasounds, um, for their thyroid glands, all kind of EKGs. He was ordering everything. He was giving little happy pills. The nurses were walking around dressed to the nines, and they weren't even nurses. They would call nurses,
Mm. Mm.
but they weren't even nurses.
Wow. It was just all fraudulent. The whole thing's fraudulent. Wow.
Oh yeah. Then he bought him some stock, $1 million worth of stock. Then he sold it. It was Georgia Pacific Securities, and he sold it and made a profit of $689,400 in profits. Oh, they looking for Gupta.
Oh
But
yeah.
but take a look at Gupta. Gupta is living it up somewhere. He ain't worried about nobody. He might have a dot on his head. He might
Mhm.
be somewhere he done either lost weight, gained weight, added some hair, darkened his hair, bald, head wrapped up, probably got some heels on. He ain't worried about it. He
No.
got plenty of money.
Train
He is
compliance with
not worried
S9
about it. It ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna find him. So Sister Girl is gonna have to pay for this guy's sins. Even though she got $600,000, somebody got to pay.
Oh
Somebody.
yeah.
And she's
Somebody.
gonna pay. Like, oh no, we got you. Oh, you gonna you gonna give you some time.
Mhm.
We gonna make an example out of you. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because and that's the thing. She probably looks at herself like, "Oh, well, people have done worse than me." But let's be
Uh-huh.
serious here. What she did was she basically she gave the same slap in the face even though it wasn't the same amount of money. Like, listen to all the things you said she paid for. She just
Okay, a list.
there's nothing she did. Her kids a snow cone stand. Like, name something you need in life. She paid for it with misappropriated funds. So had they not caught her, she would have just kept going forever. Like, she didn't have a cutoff. It wasn't like a moment of desperation, a time of desperation. This was flagrant, just like that guy. So she's the perfect example to slap in the face and be like, no, guys, we are not tolerating this ever again. Mm-hmm. Poor thing. Poor thing. She's never getting out. Ever.
She can forget it. Think about it. A wedding and then a divorce. What? It didn't even last. And you paid for it. And you're gonna pay for it.
Right? It's that's what it's so flagrant. Like anything in the like, you know what? Let's just get married. Why? I got the money. I got money to blow. Sure, let's get married. Ah, it didn't work out. It's okay. I got money to blow. Let's get divorced. Like it doesn't matter. Wow.
Oh
You,
yes.
you know, and it's got to make you wonder though. I mean, are people getting into these positions and then losing their head because of the power? Or were they already this kind of person, gunning for this position just so they could finally have that freedom and power to misappropriate funds, you know? Because like I wouldn't do that, right? Like
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't risk my life, my freedom, sure, but it's more importantly like, you know, I wouldn't abuse like, you know, the trust of the people, the public and whatever. If I got put in a position, you know, I could see myself if there was an emergency and, you know, backs against the wall, you know, everyone's about to die, we're about to lose everything. All right, you make that one time, you know, thing. But like that, like, oh, just, oh, look at the position I'm in. It's okay. I got access to free money. Let's do it. Like, I couldn't be that person, right? Like,
Right. And let me give you a
wow.
little update on old Gupta there.
Oh, no.
His employees, those nurses, they used to have a 401k. But guess who's gonna get it? The court gonna take it.
Mm,
Yeah.
wow. Wow.
Oh yeah. Gupta is somewhere laughing and living
Mhm.
it up. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Gupta ain't worried about nothing. And those commercials, they scrubbed them from the internet. I was gonna play them for you because they hilarious. They are
Mm.
hilarious. He was telling people to come in, and he has some. I can't think of his tagline. He used to have a tagline like "Why not do it today?" or something like that. But Gupta is living it up, and
Oh.
he left a wife and child behind. He just when he fled the country, he left. He like, pew.
Oh my. Yeah, he didn't care. Listen, that wife and cover a child, that's just a cover. That was a cover story. So that way, you know, oh, of course he's a trustworthy guy. Look, he's got a kid at home and he's got a wife, and of course, right? So you're more likely to trust him. He didn't care about them. He's gone. He's
Oh,
living it up. He's got the wife he really wants, you know?
okay. You know what? The one that had the picture on it, his tagline is on here. It says the permanent road to success. That's what he always would say.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah. He just showed you. You built a whole bunch of people for a whole lot of money, sell them anything by telling them what they want to hear. And then when things get hot, you disappear. You have your surgeon lined up in, I don't know, whatever random country to change your entire face. You already have your new passport and whatever waiting for you there. And you go
Right.
live somewhere without any type of extradition anyway for the rest of your life. That's how you become successful in life. He showed you. That's how he became successful. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, he did it. He did it up. Now you know good and well that there's no way a doctor come here in Illinois, set up shop 5 or 6 locations, and doing some surgeries and a whole lot of EKGs and all of that on his own dime. He was
Mm-hmm.
getting money. He was handed money to get started. And then after that, he just went wow, just started writing up stuff. And I'm like, okay, now if you and I wanted to start something and ask for a small business loan or whatever, they want to know where our collateral is. But
Right.
that's okay. That's all right. Y'all, you got exactly what you deserve. Oh, Gotham Gupta.
Mm-hmm. See, that's part of the issue. I gotta say, you know, listen, it seems to me like they're not using the right, I guess, conditions you could say or whatever to judge who they can trust or not. Clearly, because one too many shady people get a lot of money from a lot of people, and a lot of good, well-meaning people couldn't get you to lend them a dollar. You know what I mean? Like, so I
Mhm.
don't know. We've got to change our standards for fight against those automatic impulses deep in our brains or something, and change our standards for who we fund and who we choose to loan things to. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I got see, we talked about Domino's Pizza before. They saved a life. So, I don't hate Domino's Pizza for this move they made, but they made this interesting move. I would like to share my screen. Let's see. Share screen. Now, while I was listening to you, I was like, oh, let me just close every tab I don't need. So this should be
Okay.
easier.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, get rid of some of this, but Goop to just tickle me. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
just
no, that was
I get a
amazing.
big chuckle.
Oh yeah. So that was great. That was truly great. All right.
Uh-oh.
So interesting, right? Okay. So to give everyone a 411, if y'all didn't know, basically what they did in Australia first and then in New Zealand is they decided to start this Karen promotion at Domino's Pizza. So you're like, well, the Karen, what could that be, right? All right. So basically, what Domino's Pizza did is they figured out that a good way to sell people pizza is to go through, pick up on the most popular, relevant memes of the day, and then use those memes within a promotion. So in this case, they figured out that Karen has become a pejorative term used to describe an entitled and self-important middle-aged woman. Right? They give some examples here in the article. So that lady screeching at the cashier at your local supermarket about having to wear a mask because of the coronavirus, that's a Karen. That news story about the woman who called the cops on a black man who asked her to leash her dog, she's a Karen. The woman demanding to see the manager because the store won't accept her expired coupon, that's a Karen. All right. So, what is the promotion then? Well, Domino's decided that they wanted to offer free pizza to Karens, but not just to any Karens. Now, what they wanted to do is aim this at the nice Karens. So this is part of what they said. In 2020, Karen is no longer content to speak to the manager. Now she's dobbing in, that's Australian for squealing, her neighbors, refusing to quarantine or wear a mask. Consequently, the name Karen has become synonymous with anyone who is entitled, selfish, and likes to complain. What used to be lighthearted meme has become quite the insult to anyone actually named Karen. So the campaign's point is to prove that not every Karen is so bad. Domino's invited every good, law-abiding, mask-wearing Karen in Australia and New Zealand to submit proof of her name, alongside an explanation on why she's one of the nice ones. And then the company would pick 100 lucky winners to receive an unexpired coupon for free pizza, right? So clearly now, I guess some Karens, especially the Karens that are Karens, thought this was fantastic idea. In Australia, there wasn't as much, I guess, of an issue. But in New Zealand, it became an issue. So basically, let's see here. One actress, and she's an Australian actress, Alana Parkin, said on her Twitter that Domino's should focus on the genuinely marginalized people instead of, Karens. This misses the mark completely. Give pizza to people in poverty, people who can't get a wage subsidy, people who are actually struggling, she wrote. Dr. Karen Freelich agreed with Parkin, hoping that Domino's would support financially struggling people instead. My name is Karen. Please don't waste a great pizza on me. Much rather you donate to local organizations and charities supporting those actually affected by the 2020 crises. So after only 24 hours, Domino's decided to pull the promotion in New Zealand. And in a public apology, the company explained that the campaign was not intended to diminish anybody's problems. We wanted to bring a smile to customers who are doing the right thing. The Karen the nurse, the Karen the teacher, Karen the mom, the company said. Our intention was one of inclusivity only. Our pizza brings people together, and we only had this at the heart of the giveaway. At the time of writing this article, this was just a couple days ago, the promotion still appears to be ongoing in Australia. So, I mean, here's the thing, right? So they claim that, oh, well, we realize now where we went wrong with this, and well, they clearly don't, because they only
No.
pulled the promotion in New Zealand. It's still up in Australia, and I think what's most important here is they are rewarding, like, oh, basically the Karens who are actually applying for these pizzas are the people who are sitting there and saying, why are you fighting against this? What's so wrong with that? People are so mean to me now because of my name. Well, that's not true. No one's actually mean to you because of your name, because every other Karen is out there saying this is ridiculous. If you have the money to give away 100 free pizzas per location, why aren't you feeding starving people? Why aren't you giving the equivalent of that amount of money to organizations and charities that can help people who right now are suffering because of COVID-19, who maybe can help in, I don't know, defending some of these cases that the bad Karens have put innocent people into? Something, I kind of understand using this meme. I mean, it is kind of huge and pervasive, but they so could have done something either, just in general. Hey, listen, for all the nice Karens, you write in and we'll choose 100 of you and make a donation to a charity in your name to help the people who have been affected by the bad ones or something. You know what I mean? Like, they really could have done something to still honor even the nice Karens, to even remind people there are good Karens out there and whatever, without just saying, well, we'll just reward those of you who lie really well in an essay. Like, I don't know.
The term Karen is actually an insult. So how are you rewarding a Karen at any cost? I mean, if they're actually a Karen, just because their birth certificate says Karen, that has nothing to do with what has happened. So
Right.
clearly they're just confused. Now, if you're not, let's say you're not confused, you know exactly what you're doing. If that's the case, then you're rewarding bad behavior. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. No, I think that's the thing, is that they didn't, whoever did this, came up with this, didn't actually understand, as you said, this concept. Calling them a Karen has nothing to do with the name. It's just like when we talk about a man, you better go find your Becky with the good hair. We're not really telling him to go out into the world and find a girl named Rebecca. You know what I mean? That they call Becky, who has, it's a concept, and it's bigger than that. And so they really are entirely tone deaf, I think. And that's why they've missed the mark. They don't understand, for all that these companies keep sitting there and yelling about how they support Black Lives Matter, they support this, they support that. They haven't taken any time to actually learn what any of this means in context.
Yeah, and it also seems as if they people with the money, they just don't have a clue how to help anyone or what to do with it.
Yeah,
The
that is true.
usefulness. What is that? Why is that? I
don't know,
guess you can't have both. I heard a term. It was a joke that you can't have both. You can't have money and be intelligent or something. I forgot the term. It really isn't intelligent, but it's something else. I can't think of what it is.
Something like that. You know what? I think, and my point kind of will go to that a little bit. But that's exactly the point. In order for you to become incredibly successful and to make billions of dollars, in a way, you do have to unplug from normalcy, from reality, from other people's pain and suffering. Because if you're constantly caring about, the 99%, the people you're trying to sell a product to, how are you making a profit? You would stop making a profit, in essence, right, for yourself, because you're intensely feeling the pain of people on the streets, and you want to feed everyone and blah blah blah, and you care so much about the high unemployment rate. You can't do that if you want to run a successful business, right? I mean, you can't. One of the things that I can't remember what it was, if it was Hell's Kitchen, some show though I was watching. Oh, it was the Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. And he was saying that if you want to make your restaurant look like crap, offer everyone coupons to come in every day of the week for something. because and that people look at your restaurant like you must be really hurting for business if you're constantly trying to devalue your own food. Oh, it's 30% off, it's 50% off, it's whatever. That's not the way that you get people in. And so, in order to be successful, and every successful person, they don't devalue their own services. But if you want to care about people, that's what you do. You devalue your own services. You give things away for free. You say, you know what, I care more about, your children eating tonight than I do about, me being able to buy a Mercedes next year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, you know what? So God bless Karens. I guess if y'all you Karens in Australia, whether you're good or bad people, you write a convincing essay, you can get a coupon for a free pizza. And if you're actually a good Karen, you will give that to a starving family. So there you go.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with it. Okay, let's see what I got. What we got next.
Hold on, I just gotta say one more thing though.
Oh,
when
go
they
ahead.
listed Karen the nurse, okay, I believe Karen the nurse maybe should get a pizza, but then Karen the lawyer, Karen the doctor, I'm like, so you want to give free pizza to people who have money?
Work and
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
To Karen the school teacher, who hasn't been employed in the last however many months, or Karen the social worker, Karen the mom of 5 whose husband died from COVID-19 this year. Like, there's a lot of other Karens you could have named, and then you named all the people who get all the perks and all the privilege anyway. Like, so blind, so tone deaf. My God, Domino's, you so failed on this one. Okay, sorry.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. They ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the face of that person. That's what I like to see. I always would like to be. I like to see the people that be in the boardroom that come up with this, because you'll never see them. 9 to 5. These people are somewhere in a disclosed area with a suit and tie on, drinking Perrier, and they sit in a meeting for 2 hours, if that long, and then they go play golf.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly it, right? They pay some young people to, I don't know, I guess brainstorm some ideas. The young people throw the ideas at them. They go yay or nay, basically, and then golf time, tea time. Oh, you know what? I could still get to the club early enough to catch a swim and then a steam, right? They go steaming in their little steam rooms and stuff, and they don't even notice that the world's starving. They don't even notice that there's a shortage of, I don't know, meats, veggies, whatever it is, as long as it doesn't affect them, right? And their bottom line. I mean, a lot of these companies, these executives are getting, $1 million bonuses in the 6 figures during this time. Not bonuses they have to pay back. These are just bonuses. Oh, thanks for your hard work.
All right, here you go.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. 6-figure salaries for nothing. Anyway. All right. Let's see. We have a woman here. Dallas salon owner gets 7 days in jail for reopening during coronavirus lockdown. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All she got was 7 years, though. That's it. I mean, 7 days. That's all she got. Seven whole days. That's all she got. Let's look at her. Bam, there she go.
Hey, Becky with the good hair. No, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, let me read it. Dallas salon owner gets 7 days in jail for refusing to close business during stay-at-home orders. And this was in May. All right. A Dallas salon owner who refuses to close her shop despite multiple court orders has been sentenced to a week in jail. A judge on Tuesday told Shelley Luther's open defiance on social distancing order flagrant and intentional, and she felt no remorse or regret for her actions. According to the court documents, Luther was sentenced to 7 days in jail for violating a temporary restraining order to close her business and fined $500 each to the county's criminal and civil courts for every day the salon remained open. She openly violated the governor's stay at home order, an effort to slow the spread of coronavirus. Luther, the owner of Salon a la Mode and Hot Mess Enterprises. I'll repeat that. She is the owner of a salon titled Salon a la Mode and Hot Mess Enterprises. She gained national attention for opening her salon in April after the city and county ordered the closure of all non essential businesses in March. She said she opposed to the stay at home order for financial reasons and publicly ripped up one of the court orders at a protest with more than 100 others. So she had a whole lot of them. She just tore them up. She's like, screw you. Now let's see what she actually told this judge. She told this judge, I have much respect for this court and laws. I have never been in this position before, and it's not some place that I want to be, Luther responded, according to CBS Dallas Fort Worth. But I have to disagree with you, sir, when you say that I'm selfish because feeding my kids is not selfish. I have hairstylists that are going hungry because they'll rather feed their kids. So, sir, if you think the law is more important than kids getting fed, then please go ahead with your decision. But I am not going to shut the salon.
Wow.
And he gave her 7 days. There's no mention about the other people, but of course, she gone for 7 days. She wasn't able to open her salon. Um, but that's what she did. She didn't care. She did
Wow.
not care.
Mm, nope.
Now,
She was there in the court saying, I'm not closing it. I don't care. She wasn't even gonna lie then in that moment. That is amazing. Like
yeah, I'm like, well, at least she stood on a disrespect.
true.
Now, I wonder who's out there saying, oh, well, where's the man? Where's the fathers to the kids? Where they at? Ain't nobody
Mm.
gonna say that. I already know. But
Of
anyway,
course
she stood on the disrespect, and that's all I can say on that one.
she didn't even try. She didn't even try. I think that is amazing. Like,
She's
but
I'm
it's because she also had the nerve to be like, I have great respect for the law.
yeah.
Girl, girl, really?
That's what she
Have
said.
you didn't say it was an accident thereafter. You said I have great respect for the law. However, I am gonna break the law if it means feeding my kids.
Yeah,
So,
that's what she said.
and I'm gonna keep breaking the law to feed my kids. And what? Like that's what she said, right? Like
Yeah.
she had the nerve though to say first, I have great respect for the law. Like girl, stop now. That's enough. I don't want to hear more from you. You need to take several seats over there, but you have respect for the law. Like,
Well, only lip service, but hey.
but hey, again, like you said, I am okay with disrespectful people if they stand on their disrespect. You go into the courtroom, right? And I just don't understand how you didn't lie, but if you go into the courtroom, you say, hey, it is what it is. Listen, the people who go into the courtroom and say, yeah, I killed the black man, I'm racist. I'm like, okay, he's owning it. Like they'll lie, or they go in and they say, yeah, I stole them shoes. I wanted them and I didn't have the money for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like own it. Like I'm okay with you as long as you own your disrespect. You own what it is you do. So hey, I can't hate on the woman. on one side, I understand the argument, which is, listen, we're not supposed to be getting together in groups, period. But at the other side, I do think that it should have been evaluated, I think, more on a case-by-case basis. Like, for example, we just had Marcia on yesterday, and she was just talking about how their standards of sanitizing things was already so high before COVID-19. So adding a few little extra things was no big deal to make it a safe and sanitary place. And so I feel like, if some business owners like her had maybe been given that option, well, it's gonna cost you a little bit, but first you're gonna have to do this, and then these are gonna be your rules. Like, maybe what they had to do for a lot of stores is they had to close and disinfect them. If you remember that, and like they got disinfected over a weekend or something like that, like some grocery stores and stuff, right? So
and then they have a few people in at a time,
right?
So I hear what you're saying.
I think that would have been a little bit fairer and a little bit easier, because as most of us are experiencing, you're making us stay home. We're doing it because of the law and because of our health and whatever, but you're not stopping our bills. If you put a blanket forgiveness on everyone and you said, listen, as long as we're not allowing anyone to work, right? Everyone who's not allowed to work and whatever, we are forgiving all of your debts. We're forgiving the debts of the people who own your places. For if people live in apartment buildings, we're just forgiving all that debt everywhere. Forgiving it for the banks, for just everyone just getting forgiven, because we're not allowing anything to function. People wouldn't go against the rules. They'd be like, all right, you're right. Better safe than sorry. Let's just watch our health, blah, blah, blah. But you're not doing that. And, it's not like a month. By May, that's already a few months. Like, well, what are you supposed to do? You got to feed your kids, but, and the government, at least the government here for a few months, subsidized everybody. Everyone got money. So, you don't have as many of those arguments here, but it wasn't the same thing in America. So I don't know how mad I can be. And I don't know how helpful it is to send a woman to prison for 7 days for opening her business and working legally, when a lot of actual criminals who actually committed crimes you're not putting into jail because you're scared of the transmission of COVID-19. So I don't know, you will put her in jail for 7 days with all the prisoners who have COVID-19 and then send her back out into the world 7 days later. Does this seem like common sense to anyone? Like, I know you want to slap her down, but this didn't help. Y'all failed on this one. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Humans, you gotta love them. Really, just humans. All right. So this next one, I don't know if y'all heard about this. I didn't hear about it. I stumbled across it actually, and I was like, what? Does that say what I think it says? And then I thought maybe it might be like one of those sham things where it's like they say this, but it's not really something that happened. But no, this is really something that happened. So,
okay.
All right. So what we see here is, now you can't see it. It is blanked out, and I made sure to go out of my way not to show something that doesn't have it blanked out. What you see here in the picture on the right of him, on his arm, that's a penis, like an actual penis. It's actually basically a replica of his penis plus 2 inches. He asked for the extra 2 inches. And it's been on his arm for 4 years now. Yes. Okay. So what happened is, I know it sounds like no, but yeah. Basically what happened is, now he knew in advance it was going to be on his arm for 2 years. He did know that. And I'll explain a little bit about his case. So this man had a blood infection, and this blood infection attacked his body for a long time. And so it came for his fingertips, it came for his toes, it was coming for appendages, came for his penis, which just turned black one day. And so he knew it was coming. He was prepared. And one day it literally just fell down to the ground, just fell off. And he said, literally, he picked it up and threw it in the garbage because he knew it was coming. Like, that's it. It's done. So from that point, what they told him actually is they would be able to reconstruct a penis for him. This is great. And what they would do is they would use a flap of skin on his arm. And I didn't want to show, they actually do have some diagrams and other articles. I just didn't want to put the picture there because even though it's a cartoon, it's still there. But, you know, and basically what they do is they use a flap of skin from your forearm, right? And they basically, first they stretch out your skin, and then they create the shaft, they recreate everything, including its own nerves and blood system and whatever. And then basically they create it like it's hanging off of his arm. It's attached by, you know, the part that would be attached to his body. And then it sits there for 2 years as it grows and solidifies the nerve bundles and the blood and whatever. And then at that point, then they reattach it. So the point they were supposed to reattach it was 2 years ago. But he actually got sick around the time of surgery, so they had to reschedule. And then it was just one thing after the other that had to be rescheduled and then rescheduled and then rescheduled. Then we come to this year and COVID-19 happens. So it has to be rescheduled again. Right. So he's like, he's happy on one side. Like he gets to originally was kind of like, oh, cool. He gets to kind of see it, watch it grow and He said he was fascinated with it at first, but it's on his forearm. That means he can never go swimming. He can never wear a short sleeve shirt out in public. Like there's not really much he can do. And I mean, even when he's wearing a shirt, like you will see it's there, right? Like it's not an easy thing to hide with the shirt sleeve. So, you know, it's been restrictive for him. You know, hoping that after COVID-19, they can get, you know, the surgery scheduled sooner rather than later. But of course, a lot of other surgeries have also been postponed that were on the docket. So it's not like, yeah. So, you know, he's probably looking at year 5 or 6. You know, with that being said, though, he said, he definitely will continue to wait patiently, Mr. McDonald here, because again, he requested an extra 2 inches. They gave it to him, and apparently it looks very lovely. He's very, very happy with the result. He just can't wait till it's attached onto him. So, ways that COVID-19 is affecting the world. This man still has a penis on his arm. Okay.
Wow.
It tickled me, and it's my birthday. So I decided I'm going to go with stories that entertain me today.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say, but oh, wow. Okay. Hope that thing works out for you. Yeah.
Yeah, he nicknamed it Jimmy.
Oh, really? So creative. Oh, boy.
I know. But oops. Oh, I have no idea what I did now. My bad. Yeah, but no, you know what the thing is, and he said, so when he was like when he first lost it, right? And he knew it was coming and everything, but when he first lost it, he was actually depressed. Like he was severely depressed. He wanted to kill himself even. And then he decided you know, to kind of, okay, well, maybe I won't kill myself. I'll just keep drowning myself in alcohol. And then he said, hey, listen, there's this pioneering surgery we want to do on you. I guess they've been working on this for a long time, probably since Lorena Bobbitt sang.
Yeah.
I mean, this actually happens, that whole Lorena Bobbitt syndrome. That happens frequently. Like we don't hear about it very often, but it happens a lot every year. So, this is something, and actually another thing that happens is men stick it into something they can't get it out of, or that somehow. Yeah. So either way, this was something, you know, they've been working on, and they said, hey, listen, you're the perfect person for this. Do you want to try this? So, you know, I mean, it's out there, you know, they're developing these technologies, and, you know, sometimes it's slow going, but, you know, he's got his Jimmy to play with, I guess. You know, he doesn't have to reach down as much. It's easier because he could try to do lots of things. I'm not going to name them at all that you wouldn't be able to do if it was in its appropriate place. That's all I'm saying about it. I'm done now. Right out of the gutter.
Okay.
Go
Right.
Jimmy. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Woo and who? Whoa. All right.
Mhm.
There are some places that have beautiful buildings, and we had a lot of buildings like this. They were smaller, though, maybe 3 stories, so not as tall, but beautiful brick. I mean, they don't make them like this anymore. I tell you that much. And this is actually Hyde Park. This is some of the buildings in Hyde Park. Um, I might have walked past this place on my way from Marcia because I wanted to walk because I just enjoy sightseeing in Hyde Park. It's just, I don't know, it's just so nostalgia. It brings nostalgia. I just love it. So this is the way some of the buildings look. But again, they are shorter stories. But this was here, so I'm like, okay, let me show this. Now, as far as the article, let me pull that up because there's something about Mac properties. I don't know what it is, but you have to be careful with them. Okay, so here, the tenants that are in properties that are owned in Hyde Park, they decided to band together and come up with their own group. No closer to rent relief. Hyde Park residents gather to evict landlord Mac Properties. Mac Properties is ruthless. And I mean ruthless. I don't know what that MAC means. Maybe mob and Catholic. I don't know what it means. But whatever it is, they're not playing. Midnight, your rent not in on the 5th, at 12:02, you got an eviction notice. 5-day notice rather. They do not play. They literally do not play. Now, these people knew what was coming. So they're like, hey, we need to get together because we already know how Mac properties operate. So let's do something with this COVID. So they formed a group and they were asking Mac properties to assist them, payment plan, whatever they could do. But they didn't get any answers. No one would answer them. The emails, phone calls, nothing. So our mayor had contacted them and said, okay, this is what we like to do because we don't want our residents on the street. And they know Mac properties move quickly. So the mayor had a pledge for some of the housing places. And Mac Properties happened to be the one of the ones that said, okay, we pledge that we're not going to um, put people out. We're going to offer the residents grace periods for their payments, their rent payments. We're going to offer written repayment plans, or we'll waive some late fees for some missed payments. That's what we'll do. So they signed that with the city. Next thing you know, they started filing eviction notices. So these people went out and they went to marching and saying, hey, we trying to get rid of Mac Properties. Now, Mac Properties is huge. That's not going to happen, but they can protest as much as they want, bring attention to the city as far as how they operate. But they are very dirty. I understand about money and all of that, but they're not trying to hear nothing. Absolutely nothing. And only because now it's articles are being written about them, they got a chance. That's the only reason.
Wow.
And when I came on, I mentioned that for us, the Department of Housing have a COVID-19 housing assistant grant. And I'm sure they have it in every city because so much money was allocated.
Mhm.
But it's just a shame that they are so greedy and they don't even think like, wait a minute, if I get rid of the tenants, if I get rid of everybody or mostly everybody, because we're all affected by this, no one had jobs. People had to stay home. And this was early in the year. This was, I think this first started happening in March.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were trying to get rid of people in April, trying to evict them in April.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's not affecting, you may see a couple of people here of color, but it affected everybody because there's a very diverse group when
Mm-hmm.
it in Hyde Park.
Yep. Yep.
And this
Yeah,
just
no.
happened to be, yeah. See, look, that guy right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people think sometimes you hear on streams and blogs and stuff like that, when people talk about some of these issues, they seem to think it's a black only issue.
Yeah, they
But it's
do.
not. Like, everyone is being affected by COVID-19. These are not, oh, well, these are poor people. They don't pay the rent anyway, or something crazy. Or this is the hood. They don't pay the rent anyway. We're talking about normal middle class people. They were on time with their rent and their bills. And then COVID-19 came and they don't have $100,000 to keep them safe and secure in the meantime or whatever. And the government did not respond quickly to giving people the little bit of money they did, which covers what, like a month rent maybe. So what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to what? Be homeless? Just, okay, well, you're right. You know what? We're all gonna move out and what? Live on the sidewalk? Like, when it's not our fault, we have jobs, we have incomes, we're good paying citizens. We'll make things right. We've never given you a reason not to trust us, and the government is telling you that it's not
Right.
our fault. No one's getting any money, so chill. Like, it's not like, well, the government's saying, oh, well, you should be able to pay. They're saying, like, you shouldn't be evicting people, you shouldn't be taking people's homes, give people, I think there was like 90 days in a lot of places where, you got that 90 days relief and so on and so forth. Like,
Right.
but
Now,
these
what? Oh, I'm
like, do
sorry. Go
these
ahead.
people who own the buildings, like, do they live like somewhere that there is no COVID-19? Like, I don't know, Mars or something? Like, are they missing something? I'm confused. Like,
I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know the face of Mac Properties. I would like to, but like I think it's some type of underground thing because the courts were closed, but they were able to sneak in some notices to evict people. I don't, and I remember reading that in February. I'm like, how?
mm-hmm,
How do you do that? So I'm like, they gotta be on the inside. They have a team of attorneys, people work in the county building, court system, something going on, and that they definitely got money. They definitely got
mm-hmm,
money because you can't do that if the place is closed. Come on now, you had to slip some whatever $1,000 here. Put this in for me to evict Jack Anderson over there. Okay,
mm-hmm,
thank you. How you do that when it's closed? People can't even renew for their city stickers, their driver's license, nothing. But you were able to get uh something going for eviction? I'm like,
mm-hmm,
this is crazy. But if people know that's live in Chicago, don't mess with Mac Properties. Do
mm-hmm.
not mess with them.
They do not care at
They
all.
do not care.
Wow. That that is crazy. And see, this is where though I feel like the state, I mean, you can't blame president for everything. I'd like to, but we can't.
No.
I feel like, you've got your mayors and your governors, they need to be doing their jobs. And their jobs are to take the situation that your entire state is in, your entire city is in, and make decisions that protect all of the citizens, right? So, and I understand then though, because if the Mac Properties or whoever else is putting pressure on their tenants like this, then it's likely because they're getting the same pressure, right? So they don't have the money to cover the losses of you not paying your rent. And, their bank or whoever is pressuring them in the same way. Well, we're going to take the building from you. So now what are they supposed to do, right? And I think this is the problem. If you catch everybody in a catch-22 along the way, then who do we need to talk to? We need to talk to the people who are ultimately in control of all of this, whether it's the problem is the fact that the utilities and whatever, they're threatening to cut those off, or it's the bank because, there's still a loan on it, whatever it is, right? These people who are putting this pressure on landlords in essence, and the owners of these properties, they need to be dealt with then, because this pressure needs to be alleviated from the top down, right? Because it's gonna hit the person living there the hardest, right? They're gonna be affected the worst. But would it be helpful if these landlords are getting that pressure, they're trying to make these crazy payments, $500,000, $1.7 million, who knows, whatever a month, to keep your services on and to keep from losing the building and whatever. They run out of money, they lose the building. But you think the next person coming in, the bank or whoever, is going to be more kind? No. And see, this is part of the issue, right? So it's like at that point, I understand, I think, I understand these people don't care or whatever, but I also feel like the reason why they don't care is because they don't have the freedom to care. They don't have the choice to care.
At this time, they do, though. And then you sign something saying, okay, I'm not going to do anything. And then they turn it back. Oh, let's go get them. That's just crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. And I see it. I get it. I guess, I think that if they're allowed to come for you, because like you're not allowed to come for people here. Like you're not allowed to evict people. If you wanted to turn around and do that here, like you'll go to jail for trying to evict someone, kind of thing, right? And that's where I'm saying, like, if they're allowed to even do that, if they're able to do that, that means everyone along the line is able to do that right now. That means whether it's this company or someone who owns a house who has tenants in there, or whoever, or the light bill, the whoever, if they're allowed to do this, then they're probably doing it, and it's happening down the line, and it's just like this is such an impossible situation. Like it's such an this is like 5 months for some people so far out of work.
Yeah.
Who can catch up on 5 months out of work? Even if you go back to work on Monday.
Right. You have to start all over again. You need a clean slate.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Nobody I know, like it would take you like 5 years to catch up on 5 months of missed everything in your job because of what your job's paying you. Your job is paying you enough to barely make ends meet. You're basically living paycheck to paycheck. And now you've got to do what? Like how, I don't even think they have a plan on that, right? Like, sure, us as individuals, we should come up with a plan, but when there isn't a realistic one, what are we supposed to do about this? Like, this is an untenable situation. This is just crazy. I feel really bad for those people though, because the one thing is, like, even if you got your job back tomorrow, like I said, how do you feel safe and secure going to work? I wouldn't want to leave because I'd be scared that when I came back, I would be locked out of my own place. I wouldn't be able to get my clothing and whatever. I wouldn't be able to bring my kids in there to get their dinner. I wouldn't have anywhere to go. So I'd be scared to leave and go to work. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Humans. See? The news just makes you just humans. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, if you didn't think that that COVID-19 and being on lockdown was making people crazy, it's because you're not paying attention. So this woman is dead. Other people are injured and traumatized because of this crazy dude in the circle. So I'll tell you this story. So that right there is Haley Cox. Okay. She's a 23-year-old mother of two. And she filmed the moment she was deliberately shot dead while recording a music video. And this is in Florida. Of course it's in Florida. Now, Haley Cox was recording a kidnapping scene for a rap song on Monday when she was fatally struck by a bullet. Investigators say it was no accident. Cox's 22-year-old boyfriend, Eric Bronowski, was also seriously wounded, having been shot in the chest and thigh. Now, the Hillsborough County sheriffs have the footage, which showed enough to charge 20-year-old Jordan Jamie Silver, that's the dude in the little circle there, with second-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. But what they do not have is a motive at all. Wait till you hear this. This is ridiculous. So according to court documents obtained by the Tampa Bay Times, the music video was for aspiring rapper Giovanni Vasquez. All four made their way to a power line easement in Riverview, equipped with a camera and water bottles filled with fake blood for the shoot. Mr. Vasquez advised the rap video was based on a staged kidnapping of himself, and all parties involved were aware the video was theatrical in nature, the report says. Mr. Vasquez advised there was never a mention of shooting anyone. Detectives said Silver can be seen holding a gun in the video. Towards the end, he began acting erratically, with Vasquez even telling him to calm down in the footage. Both Vasquez and Bronowski told police afterwards that Silver had been pacing and hiding behind bushes for no reason while they were attempting to film. Police say the video shows the two begin applying the fake blood on Vasquez, while Cox, that's the woman, holding the camera, can be heard asking how she should hold it. That's when a single shot rings out and the camera falls to the ground. Vasquez can then reportedly be seen picking up the camera and beginning to run, asking Silver, "Why'd you do that?" "I don't know," Silver allegedly replies. "We gotta go." Still holding the camera, police says Vasquez stops running and asks again, "No, why'd you do that?" before the two start arguing. Then 3 more shots ring out. Vasquez shouts no multiple times and appears to drop the camera, according to the report. Vasquez told police he and Bronowski had fled toward the car, which is when Silver shot Cox's boyfriend. And then Vasquez then ran to a nearby neighborhood, knocking on doors to try to get someone to call the police. Separate security footage from one of the homes shows Vasquez doing so before Silver, shirtless and breathless, comes up behind him and says something about getting into the car. Vasquez tells him the police are coming and Silver flees. Deputies find Silver hiding under a cooking grill in the backyard of a nearby home. Bronowski was found with bullet wounds to his chest and thigh, still clutching a bandana and the bottle of fake blood. Cox was found dead, having been shot in the face through the cheek. Afterwards, detectives said Silver denied knowing anyone in the video and said he was just paid $30 to help film it. He also denied shooting anyone, despite the video evidence and both Vasquez and Bronowski's testimonies. Police are still unsure of the motive, if any. Bronowski told them that he had only met Silver for the first time that morning. And Cox is survived by her 2 young children, Violet, 4, and Barrett, 3. GoFundMe was set up. Now, I want you to think about this. So this woman shows up on the set. She's recording. Okay. She's holding the camera. Okay?
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then her boyfriend's there, so she feels safe and secure, right?
Yeah.
And then, their friend, the rapper, he's there. They got the fake blood and everything. This kid was paid $30 to just be there to help out in whatever context they need. And he starts tripping out, acting real strange over there. They see he's got a gun and whatever. They're not super worried about it. Maybe they thought, oh, that would add to staging or something. They're not worried about it. All right, cool. He's tripping out, freaking out. They tell him to calm down. Okay, they're just trying to focus. Like, okay, they're probably like, yo, let's just record this and get the hell out of here, right? And then they're setting up the scene, throwing the blood, whatever. She goes, how should I be holding the camera? Boom, dead. So they start running, and Silver starts running with them. We gotta go. Wait, what do you mean we gotta go? Hold on. Why did you do that? Right? You stop running and whatever. This idiot tells you he doesn't know. But what? But I want you to think about this scene for a second. This guy doesn't know any of them. No one offended him. No one cussed him. No one. He doesn't have. There's no reason. He doesn't know these people. He went here. He was hired to be here for a day. Imagine you do that thing where you like hire someone on like TaskRabbit or something, $30 to help out with a video shoot. And he shows up and then kills one, seriously wounds, almost kills a second. And he would have killed the third one or done something to him, except by the time he was saying, "You better get in the car," it was already too late. The police were on the way. He flees. For nothing. For no reason. This nothing. Like, this happened for nothing. He almost killed 3 people. He killed one for sure for nothing. Like, if you didn't think being locked down with your own thoughts and nothing to do and nobody to love you was driving people crazy during COVID-19, think again. This dude finally gets outside because, he's released today. They've lightened the restrictions today. He goes outside and this is what he does. What? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know what to say. Has to be a reason. What? I don't know. And how you get the gun?
Yep.
There's some whole lot of weirdness going on here.
Right?
Yeah,
This story does not pan out.
at all.
No. What I do think though, right? The one thing I think is weird is that point where she gets shot and the guy Vasquez, right? That's the rapper guy. He goes, "Why did you do it?" Right? As he's running. And Silver goes, "Well, I don't know." But they have to be running together close enough that like they're running together. You know what I mean? They're running together to have this conversation. Why aren't you running away from him? He just shot someone. That
Right.
part I think is weird. So you're running with this guy who just shot this girl.
Which you claim you don't know why, so
Right.
it doesn't add up.
Something's wrong with this picture. And it's like you're not scared of him. So but then I thought, okay, well maybe it's just a hit on the girl. But no, okay, then he goes and he shoots the boyfriend who almost dies. Okay. So it's like on one side Vasquez is scared, on the other side he's not scared enough. I don't know. It's like there's something going. He's banging on doors and stuff like that. He's trying to get away. He's trying to get the police called. And at the same time, the Silver guy is like following him around like what he did was okay. Like I don't know, man. There's something about this. There's something about this that is off. You know why this happened. This happened for a real reason. It had to have. Now we don't know the reason. It's not going to be some basic reason. But I do think that either way, whatever the reason is, it's not going to be justified. You're not going to be like,
Right.
"Oh, his girlfriend cheated on him, so he set her up. Oh, she was leaving him." It's not going to be something basic like that. It's going to
No.
be COVID-19 made everybody crazy. That's what it is.
That's what the attorney is gonna, defense attorney gonna plead, but I'm not gonna believe that. 'Cause this was wild.
Right? Like, what? I just couldn't believe it. Like at the end, I don't know. Wait, hold on. He don't know anyone? He's not a friend of the rapper. He's not a fan of the rap. He doesn't know anyone. They just, what? Something is missing. And this story, like if this
Right.
just happened, right? It happened, I think, on the 31st. It just happened. So I'm waiting for more details on this one. This one I'm definitely going to follow up when there's more information. I will come and share it with y'all because this is not normal. I don't know.
Not at all. No day of the week.
No.
All righty. And my last article.
Mhm.
Now, I just find that we are so creative.
Mhm.
I gotta give it to the melanated people. We something else.
Oh yeah.
We are so creative. Marketing. I love the marketing. I love the creativity. We've been cooped up in the house. A way to bond with your mate. All these type of things. And
Mhm.
these people are. I got to give it to these people. But there's going to be a problem. So let me pull it up here because there's only so much I can take of bonding when trying to work at the same time. It's just something gets in the way. It's just something get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Let's see, make it bigger. Where's Don Teasy at? Shame on him.
Right? He's not here in the peanut gallery. That's shocking. Okay.
I just think this is a great idea. Couples can exercise together. Just
Oh.
being in the house, you can get this DVD and exercise together. But the problem is all this motion. I'm not going to be able to get past some of these motions. In the middle of this exercise, I'm going to have to, stop it and say, we got to, see me in the back.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way. I'm just not going to be able to get through 20 minutes of this. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 6 minutes Dougie Fresh, but after so many, movements, I ain't gonna be able to take it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the point, actually.
And I
Um,
think it's incredible. I'm like,
right.
it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I love that. Actually, I've always thought about that concept of doing, it's kind of almost like doing tantra, It's this
Yeah.
way of being together physically, which, anytime you're physical with your significant other, it brings out sexual impulses, right? It's just the way it is. Even if you were playing like basketball together, right? It's just what it is. Now, this is like really amping it up. And I think that that's great because, a lot of people fall into the kind of the doldrums. I think this is a way of keeping, the excitement fresh and real. Cause like, no, 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 baby, you're not touching me till we're done, and then you got to sit there and restrain yourself and just keep it in your mind.
I don't know how many times you're gonna keep going. One day you're gonna say, forget this. You're gonna throw in the towel.
You got to be strong for each other. So in the moments I want to give in, he's got to be strong for me, and in the moments that he wants to give in, I got to be strong for him. See, it's just the way it is. We got to be strong for each
Mm,
other, and see you supporting each other. That's another thing, right?
yes.
It's like you're supporting each other to not get distracted and not to fall off your goal and blah blah blah. I think that's all part of this, to be honest with you, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's X. I'm like, this is perfect. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, perfect. Nice, the bonding. You get a chance to work out together. Because I had to figure out which one I wanted to show. Did I want to show the YouTube version or did I want to show the other couples
Right.
that bought the actual DVD and work out together? I had to
Mm-hmm.
figure out which one. I'm like, okay, I'll do the YouTube one. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's all I could say. And I just love it.
Is awesome. Although I gotta say that most of us are about a year away from feeling anything other than extreme pain and exhaustion, a little bit of suffocation from doing this together because you gotta be in shape for you to have energy to do all that. Let's be
Well,
real.
you take your time. You move the way you want to move. You just take your time. There's all because this is for all couples. I mean, you don't have to be whatever 20 pounds. Let me
Mm,
I'll go ahead and darn. Let me go ahead and show you this since I have it up. Bum, dun, 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 dun. Bam.
mm,
Share. Chrome. This is Ebony and Tony.
mm,
And they're in their 40s.
okay.
She has some weight on her, some boobs. She
Mm-hmm.
working it out. They doing the darn thing. So it's for everyone.
Oh no, I think it's for everyone. I just think that see, there's a difference. Like I think at first, really, like as much as these are like, there are some sexual things in there, we watch it and think to ourselves, ooh, that would be really tantalizing. It's kind of like when I did, Carmen Electra stripper size, right?
Yeah.
So at first I'm like, oh, there's gonna be some sexiness I could do. But honestly, it was just working me out so hard. That the last thing I felt was like I was just tired. Like it was because it was a real workout. Like I felt like even if my man could have just been right there, like I'm working out right now. You know what I mean? Like so I think it would be more like at first it would just be a bonding experience because you're working out together, because you're achieving that health together. Not so much in the sexy way, but just in the, come on, baby, you can do it. Come on, baby, you can get through this. I believe in you. Like kind of like,
Yeah.
being there in that way at first. And then I think as you get into better shape and, I could do the standing on my head now. Like, that kind of thing. You start feeling a little bit better about yourself. You get that pump of adrenaline, you get the strength. I think then it kicks in. Then it's like you have time for your mind to go somewhere else other than please don't let me die, because that's what I think mostly at first when I start working out. It's like, oh, please don't let me die. I think I might suffocate. Why isn't the AC on? What do you mean it's on? I can't breathe. It's like
Look who I talked up. Look who I talked up in the chat room there.
Oh,
Isn't it something?
I see those eyeballs pop up out of them bushes.
Yeah, Vonda, the workout could get you pregnant. You are correct. Oh yeah.
I like I said, I think it will. My point is for those of y'all who are going to try it, don't be disappointed at first. At first, this is bonding. This is straight platonic bonding in a way, right? Except for like it's strengthening the love part, right? Eventually, it's going to strengthen the sexy part. Don't be disappointed if that doesn't happen right away. Like, oh, I just feel sweaty. I just feel hot, tired. I just feel hot. I'm going to stop now. Right? Because that's what people will do, right? They'll be like, oh, I'm getting gross now. I'm going to stop now. It's like, no, that's the point, right? You keep on going. And the fact that you're not giving up on each other or on yourselves, that's part of it. Like, don't just think it's going to just be, oh, it's going to be great. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. You just keep doing it and it'll come. Promise.
Yes.
Well, Shar, I feel like we should go out watching a crazy person. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
That's fine. That'll work out for me. No problem.
Perfect. Okay. So let's watch the crazy person. Now, there's a story to this, I'm sure. It don't matter. Honestly. He's a crazy person. His friend shared this in Reddit, I believe it is, and then it started going viral. So if you haven't seen the crazy man who decided that this was a good plan, well, you're about to. Cool. Oh, wait, no, you're not going to start. I'm going to make it big. All right. So if you can see here, right here, that is a wasp or a hornet's nest. I can't remember. It's one or the other. So let's watch the crazy person. He got a little bit of cussing in here, so I'll just narrate. He doesn't really say much anyway, right?
Okay.
So he shows you that this is an active, what are those, wasp or hornets? I can't remember. It's an active wasp or hornet's nest. You saw the flying insects on there, right? He's just saying stuff like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yep, yep.
Oh,
he's not done, Shar. He's not done. He's not done.
I'm sorry for all the. I'm sorry. I'm yelling. Okay.
Shar. Yes, he did just eat the wasps. Yep. Yes, he did just eat that nest. Yes, he did just eat that nest. Shar. He did just eat that nest. Yep. That happened. Y'all just watched that happen. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, he really just did that. He really, right? He really just, yeah. Not only did he grab the hornet's nest, which was enough for me, right? At that point, I was just like,
yes.
No. But then he put it in his mouth and then he chewed it up and then he swallowed it. Yep. That's it. That's yeah. I told you I'm gonna show you guys a crazy person. That's I have no comment. I didn't look it up more. I didn't go, oh well, this is, let's learn a little bit more about the crazy man. Nope. Just wanted to show you guys the crazy man. Does it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Man, Char, I'm telling you, you see, Ruby and Bees do not get along. First of all, when I say they don't get along, they love me. They will find me. There will be a bee 1,000 miles away. It will track me to where I am so it can follow me wherever I go. Bees love me, right? On the other hand, I am terrified of them. You say one bee, I will run in circles forever until it loses me. I am terrified of bees. I have literally almost caused massive car accidents getting out of cars because there's a bee in my car. I don't play with bees at all. You have to think about how crazy I see this guy. He legit.
Oh yeah.
He grabbed. I wouldn't, Char, if I saw that nest, I would just go into another door going forward. I would never go near it. To grab it? No. And then to put it in your mouth?
And then digest it. Yeah. Okay, sir. May need some medical attention. Okay.
I can't. I can't with humans anymore. No. So, on that note, that's all I got for the day.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I thank you all for tuning in for this episode of the article reactions. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And don't forget, on Wednesdays, we have Keep the Beat, which is a new, it's a segment. This will be what, week 4 now for us?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, week 4. Actually, hold on. Are we on week 5? I think we just said week 5.
Ooh, all right. Time is moving.
Yeah,
So I know you're going to have a great birthday and everything, and I hope you'll be in shape to show up Wednesday.
You know what? I figure recovery should be about 3 to 5 days, so I should be okay by then. Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Champagne. Oh, we pop champagne. Oh, no. Got my hair did. You know what I mean? I'm getting all me did, and then I'm just gonna strut. Show everybody that, you know what, there might be a wall at 35, but that wall ran away when it saw me. It's like, oh no, girl, it was too scared to try to approach me and stop me in my tracks. I still got it going on at 36. Yeah. All right, I'm good. I'm done.
All righty then. Well, with that, I want to thank everyone and hope to see you guys Wednesday. And Ruby, you have a great birthday and hope you recover and see you Wednesday.
Thank you. See you then.
All right. Peace, everyone.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustAskChar Advice Channel. Join me and Classic Ruby for a new radio segment called Keep the Beat. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from gsrn-radio.net. Just press the icon that is a speaker, press play radio. If you missed the live broadcast, you'll be able to listen to the replays on Mixcloud. Just follow me at JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive an email once the broadcast is uploaded. We look forward to seeing you soon. And until then, enjoy this show. Peace.